So you may wonder what I'm doing here today. I'm doing my lynchburgdoes.com stuff. It's just, my friend Matt runs a website and I do all the graphic design and not advertising. I do the graphic design for it. And I was sitting here and I thought, man, I'd like to do a video today, but I don't really want to like go through the process. So I grabbed my little Logitech, I guess they have a newer one out now that does 4K. I gotta get that eventually, but I have to have Windows 10 to run the 4K, and I don't want to get Windows 10 because I don't like Windows 10. Anywho, I'm working today from home. I'm gonna minimize this, and I just thought I would do this, roll it, and see what we get. If we get something, great. If we don't, we don't. Trying to do a poster for the Dark Crystal right now, which is really interesting because I love the Dark Crystal. So I want not a poster. I'm doing an ad, not an ad. It's Lynchburg does like what's going on in your city basically. We do music and entertainment, and so on and so forth. But I create the little graphic kind of icons that go on the front page so that you can click on them and read the story or whatever. And I do other things too, obviously, but that's primarily what I'm doing today is designing these little icons. And because I like the Dark Crystal so much, whenever I'm designing something that I really appreciate, I have to actually work and talk if I'm going to do this because I'm not getting anything done right now by just talking. I want it to look good. I want the post to look, I want the icon to look good on the page because I like the Dark Crystal. Not like I think it's going to influence somebody one way or the other to go see it. And I'm not sure if that's even my job to try to influence people to go see something. I like to go with, whenever I can, like retro-looking posters. Just because it's different. Like, people are so used to seeing the typical movie poster when you go to the theater. Let me make sure this is still recording. Yeah, okay. When you go to the theaters, you see the poster that usually the theater has. Well, a lot of times later on in years, when products and management get together and they're like, all right, we want to do a 25th anniversary of this movie, they'll do different cover art, or they'll do different promotional art for different, I don't know if it's regions or what it is, but I'm doing it again. I need to look for, okay, let's go with that one. This one's a little too traditional to mess with. If I found something that was just like, ooh, that's nice, we're going to go with that, then it would have made my life easier, but I didn't. This one's okay, though. I tried one that was really, I liked it a lot, but it just didn't fit on the screen properly. That's another thing, too, is like, oh, shit. When you're creating these, dimensionally, you have to remember you have to live within a certain, space or whatever. So I can't use vertical things very well because when something is this shaped and you want it to be this shape, you can't turn it because it would be on its side. So that means you have to expand it to fit the size of your width. Yeah. Okay. So normally if you just turn it, it would fit fine because the way I designed these, I did it in a way so that, like, basically it was 1920 by 1080 divided by 2, or I can't remember exactly how I came up with the math, but I knew that a lot of things were standard to a size, and I thought if I at least go with that size, I've got a leg up. If I need background graphics or whatever, they'll just, boom, slap right in there. I don't have to resize or anything. Okay. This is how we do it. Do what? Create. I was just saying this, and I don't want to say how much I make. And it's not, I mean, I'm not getting rich off of this by any stretch of the imagination. But Matt, when he came to me and talked to me about it, originally I was just going to do it for free, and now I see that was probably a good idea that I didn't, because now I'm over a year in, and it's a lot of work. It's not like it's simple, but it's good work. That's my point, is it's hard for me when I'm working with other people, like Vic, I'm going to be doing his website, to talk about money. I don't like talking about money. Like, money seems dirty to me. Maybe I shouldn't feel that way. I don't, when it comes to friends and money, I just don't like it. Alright, let me save this one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I already finished the Dark Crystal one. See, this is how distracted I am. Alright, I'm gonna redo that Dark Crystal one, though. This is rare. Usually, like, when I get past one, I've gotten to the point where I've run it into the ground. And if you're anything like me, I run things into the ground. I wrote a book. Very hefty fantasy novel that originally was a series of 7 or 8 short stories. And I released it after I edited it one pass. I'd written it probably like 20 years ago. And then when I moved here, I decided I was actually going to do something with it. So I did my best to edit it, which I'm sure it was a disaster. Well, I know it was a disaster because after I released it, I had to edit it again. I was like, you know what? I'm not happy with this. I don't like the cover art. So I redid all that. And I've done that 3 times now. And it finally gets to the point where it's like, if you just keep doing that, you'll never make anything new. So, like, you have to, at some point, just retire that logic and just be like, okay, I can accept the things this is never going to be perfect. At different points in my life, I'm always going to want this to be better. Alright, Dark Crystal's done. Let's switch over to mixology. What is this now? Top mixologist, Drink Well, Speak Easy at the Academy Center of the Arts. That is coming up next Thursday, the 26th, if you guys are interested. Okay, let's get past the fucking Dark Crystal here. You sons of bitches. This is the only thing is, like, between Word... It's not often that I have a lot of problems, but some days are just more than others, like when I'm dealing with text and moving things around and... But, okay. Do you ever see the Lethal Weapon series, the movie series? The show is fantastic, too, if you haven't seen it. I'll have to do a review of Lethal Weapon, the show, because anybody who knows me knows how big of a fan I was of Riggs and Murtaugh. I mean, they kind of mirrored me and my friend Corey in many ways. We were both undercover detectives for the Taunton Municipal Society of Electricity, or TMLP. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, see, sometimes I get to one of these now. I don't know what I was talking about, so if I remember, we'll get back to it. If not, we're just going to keep working. I don't know what this is. Now, top mixologists Drink Well, Speak Easy. If this was at any other venue, like 5th and Federal, or El Jefe doesn't do a lot of events, then I would think it was almost like they're gonna have a DJ there mixing, and then you're gonna have somebody mixing drinks, and it's gonna be everybody dancing and loud. It's something I don't want to be any part of because I'm way too old for that. Maybe not too old, but too tired for that. Okay, let's get back to this. But it's at the Academy Center of the Arts. So, thankfully, Alex, the gentleman who does these articles before Matt edits them, will put links so that later on they're already in place. We don't have to worry about them. And that just makes everybody's life, I think, a lot easier. See, and now certain websites aren't allowing you to save images. Like, if a business already has something that looks nice, then I'll use it. If it doesn't look nice, then I'm not going to use it, and I'll come up with my own. Because I just can't disrespect the face of Lynchburg does. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a Facebook event for this. Facebook has become an asset too. I don't care how bad they are. You know what? You want to steal my information? Go ahead. You're not going to get anything. Like, I don't have money. I don't have good credit. Like, what's your plan? I'm sure my security's probably so wide open that people like get in there like, yeah, here we go. Oh, we'll just leave that where we found it. All of a sudden, Chrome is opening up every image I save to file. It's really frustrating. Okay, they do have a pretty cool image. I like when they have a good image because it moves my part of the job along, and I can start thinking about, like, I want to redesign the site. Not completely. Like, I feel like we have kind of, in a way, created a brand or a look. Like, there's definitely a logo. Here's the problem. Sometimes the images aren't the right size. When they're not the right size, that is a problem. Let's go border. Voter for shoulder. Edit, transform. Do you sing songs to yourself that you make up in your head about whatever you're doing at the moment? Sometimes I have songs that I've written that stick. Like every time I do it, I'll sing the song. If I make hard-boiled eggs, for example, for Grayson, not for myself because those are disgusting, I will sing Moose gets all the treats. Moose gets all the treats. Chewie gets shit cause he's a dick, but then Moose gets all the treats. Moose gets all the treats! Or something like that. It's just become habit. I guarantee you right now my dog's out there going, you motherfucker. Okay, top mixologist. Looks like a business card sitting on top of like a gray. I could do like a stone background or something. I don't like when they're so simple, like they only take me a few minutes. Like I feel like at that point I want it to look better. I'm like, if I can make it look that good in just a few minutes, I'll give myself 10 minutes to do one, or, you know. It's hard because you never know how many of those going to be, how long it's going to take. I like to get them, when Alex gets them to me on either Tuesday nights or Wednesday mornings, it's fantastic because then I can start the process earlier. The earlier I can start the process. Lately I used to do all of it on Wednesdays. And then I was like, this is crazy. So when I got the stuff early on a Tuesday, I would do the design on Tuesday, and any template things that I could recreate for the following week, like daily events that change by a week. I just change their date, save it, done. That way on Wednesday when we go live, everything design and archive related is completely out of the way, and I can move on to getting the site looking good. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to do some kind of background. Let's just do background. And we'll pick the color we're looking for. You know, in a way, this is like a modern day Bob Ross, right? I would call him a dude. He was definitely a dude. He abode. Yeah, I've been way into taking pictures lately. Colors. I think I want like a gray or a dark, even a dark gray. These are the moments. Okay, that's a good one. I wasn't gonna put a background, but why not? It's gonna look better. Better with a background. It looks better with a background. Better with a background. Better with a background. You know, it'd be funny if I committed to not editing these and I left just like the worst stuff that I say. Like, sometimes, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get super angry or anything, but like if things aren't going my way, my language gets worse. It does. I'll admit it. I don't give a shit. There are times in our lives when we heed a certain call. Ooh, how does that melody go? I haven't listened to We Are the World in years. I remember when of course I remember. I mean, it doesn't make me any much older than anybody else, but I remember when We Are the World came out. Did I say this? I don't know if I did now. That's a funny thing too, is lately I've learned that naming my files searchable things is the best way to go. Because if I know that, like, within the last year, if I have to redesign something that's an identical event, a lot of times I'll just use the same art that I created, unless I'm feeling real sassy and I want to make a new one. Which sometimes I do. Sometimes I have 2 or 3 variations and I'll just switch between them, and then if I get bored of those, I'll do another one. But yeah, I haven't gotten past 3 yet. I've gotten to the point where like I can create 3 different ones and go to the well on them. But I don't want to, like, I mean, I could design everything, but if I did that, this would be like a, 50 hour a week job. Sometimes my mouth does not want to work with words. I should really. Oh, this would be a great live stream, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, though, I'd be too distracted, and I'd have to like answer questions from all the millions of J fans. Okay, what's next? Hair. I already got hair. Love when it's just one that I update, because that's one less, X amount of time I have to spend on. Oh, motherfucker! Oh, it's only 9 o'clock. Hang on. Take a quick break here. Right. It's 9 o'clock. I've been doing this for I've been up about an hour and a half. About 7:30. I got out of bed relatively easily this morning. I didn't really want to. I was exhausted and tired, and we stayed up and watched a few shows last night later than I thought we would. Love that Fear the Walking Dead, man. Morgan's over there now, so it's interesting. They've done a time jump. A lot of people have given up on that, but I think, I didn't start reading The Walking Dead until maybe 10 years ago, maybe not 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I can't remember, because they're already up to issue 80 something when I started. So now they're up to 200 and something. Anywho, try not to say anywho as much either. Yeah. I have no fucking idea what I was just talking about, but I'm sure it was interesting. All you gotta do is change that to 26. Excellent. Control Shift Save. Go over to, this is kind of a tutorial too. It's not a tutorial. There's nothing to learn here, kids. If you came here to learn, get the fuck out. Take your little dog with you too. Okay. That's Orion and the Melted Crayons at the White Hart. I gotta say, that's one of the best names I've heard for a band in a while. There's a lot of names of bands on here, because, a lot of it's... Sometimes things mess me up when I'm going along. Like the last one, because I had a title in the thing, it was italicized. Hair was italicized. Delete that shit. Orion and the Melted Crayons. Man, this is one of those few that, when I see it... the White Hart is a weird and interesting place. It's a really nice place. I like the place. There's a lot of Christian foot traffic in there. Not that that's a bad thing. I know I have a lot of good Christian friends. Sweetie? It freaks me out a little bit when I hear shit like that. I know we have dogs and cats, but... sometimes it doesn't quite sound like a dog or a cat. That's why I got a sword near every door. And knives hidden in my drawers. My drawers. See, these are my drawers. If you're from the north, those are drawers. Not drawers. I feel like a complete moron saying drawers. Oh, Jesus, I've got to get to work here. Okay. I usually take the logo of the business that the person's playing at and find a decent, you can't tell me they don't have a fucking website or a fucking Facebook page. Why would you even, okay, Bandcamp. Bandcamp, the only problem with fucking Bandcamp is you just can't, I like the cover art. Cover art is, it's a black umbrella, hand-drawn, very simple, but solid black, kind of, sort of. It's got a little bit of a gray up top, but... And then there's just crayons have been melted over the top of it, and then Hore, H-O-R-E, I believe. It's hard, because the green and the purple go into each other where the letters in the background meet, and it's hard to tell. Anywho, neat-looking cover. I would love to... find an actual website with their images, though. I wish I wasn't so fucking fat. Such a fat piece of shit. Somebody should really just run me over with a fucking steamroller or something. Well, shit. Let's cut to the beans and rice here. I rambled on for about another 16 minutes before I stopped recording. And when I went back to edit this, where you left off just a second ago, that's where son of a bitch. I must have hit the space bar. Apparently the audio cut out at a certain point when I didn't know, and I kept talking, and I'm sure there was some wonderfully entertaining bits in there for you that I slapped together on the fly, because that's what I do. I improvise. Either way, the last thing I wanted to say was not how fat I was and how I should be steamrolled. I just wanted to, thank you guys for stopping by and let you know if you guys are loving watching these as much as I'm loving making them, please consider subscribing. Also, hit the little bell button next to the subscribe button, and it will alert you to whenever I make a new video and post it here on YouTube. Thank you guys for stopping by. You guys take care of each other. Enjoy the world around you while you still got it. And I'll see you guys a little bit further on down the road in the next video. Also, if you like this video, tenderly caress that like button. Thanks.